Instant reaction presented by Bonobos. Look good, play good, repeat, and nobody looked better than Cam Smith this week. And we got CBS golf analyst Doug Bell aboard with more reaction. Doug, it was the putter telling the story on Sunday. Cam red hot from 10 through 15, a pressure putter in the biggest situation. 17 is going to come to mind with the two-putt there, but your initial reaction is what?
Well, it was Cam Smith, who is not a great driver of the golf ball, going against Rory McIlroy, who arguably is the best driver of the golf ball in the modern game. And it appeared that Rory was in cruise control, dominating this golf course, overpowering this golf course. But here comes Cam Smith with that putter. Red hot, as you mentioned, birdies at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then the clutch par save on the famous road hole number 17. Got the birdie at 18 to close the deal. In the modern era now, this has to go down in history as probably the best clutch performance in the final round of a major. Congrats to Cam Smith. He went out and stole this from one of the great players, Rory McIlroy. What an incredible Sunday at the Open Championship at St. Andrews.
While it did take much different paces, it does harken back to Stewart Cink sort of winning in the face of the crowd that was pulling for someone completely different. Talk to me about Smith's demeanor here going about his round here in the final 18 holes of this championship. He really didn't show much emotion until that final putt dropped on the 72nd hole. What did you make of his temperament amidst those birdies as well?
Well, you know, he's his own guy, as evidenced by that hairstyle, that mullet, which is very unusual, but it's so modern, it's so him, the mustache, the whole bit. You know, he really is a swashbuckler because he knows the driver could be going anywhere, Joe, left, right. It's been an issue. I mean, I've seen him blow tournaments with that driver on a Sunday, but he knows he has the putter. And it's in the bag. It's always there. And I think right now you would say he is the top putter in the professional game. That's what won him his first major championship. And it's somewhat ironic, Joe. This week started out with that 4-hole exhibition with all the past champions, and they wouldn't allow Greg Norman, the great Aussie golfer who won 2 Opens, to come back and play. And now Cam Smith is the first Aussie since Ian Baker Finch to win an Open championship. And again, Joe, let's emphasize, in round 3, he shot 73. He couldn't buy a putt, and then somehow hits the switch and hits everything when it counts on Sunday, especially that final 9 when it really counts. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. I love it when the best in the game bring out their best when it's most important.
And he has positioned himself as one of the best in the game. There you saw him 20 under, which is the lowest anyone's ever gone at a major championship. Now, context is important. That was a November Masters on that sheet there for Dustin Johnson. Wind didn't blow for Henrik, and a PGA there for Jason Day, all getting to 20 under. But simply spectacular was Cam Smith throughout the week and overcoming what he wasn't able to do, as you said, on Saturday. But it also begs the question of what this young man is capable of now, because he sniffed it at the Masters earlier this year. He won at the Players' Championship, and here he is hoisting the claret jug at the home of golf. What does this mean for the future of Cam Smith?
Well, right now, before the week started, it was a foregone conclusion. Scottie Scheffler, PGA Tour Player of the Year. We'd already put his name, at least started engraving it on the trophy. Now, wait a minute. Cam Smith has inched certainly right up next to Scottie Scheffler as we hit the home stretch of this professional golf season, which includes the FedEx Cup playoffs and ultimately the championship at East Lake. What does this mean for Cam Smith? It elevates him to superstar status. He was one of those golfers that was on the great level, right below superstar status. And now I think he joins Rory McIlroy and some of the others, certainly Scottie Scheffler, who has elevated his game to the superstar status, Justin Thomas. I mean, it takes something special to get you on that elite platform because it's a small platform. We don't want to send too many people up there, but I think Cam Smith now is right up there with fellow Aussie Adam Scott, who's a superstar in the game. So certainly not a household name, I think, coming into this week, although those of us who follow golf know about him. But now I think the world knows about this young man with the unusual haircut and an incredible short game. Let's emphasize that again. And the old saying, the old adage, you drive for show, you putt for dough. In this case, he putted for the claret jug.
And
it's all his right now.
That is right. A whole lot of dough, and that moment, that piece of golf history now belonging to Cam Smith. And he did it in the face of a playing partner who wouldn't go away, and Cam Young. We'll offer some thoughts there in a moment. And the buzz that was happening behind him with Rory McIlroy, the fan favorite, trying to end this 8-year drought. We have to talk about the disappointment that is for Rory, because he played the round of golf that you play with the lead. And he chased after Cam started rattling those birdies off from number 10 through number 15. The strategy did not necessarily change, as Rory was just plodding his way about the golf course, aiming to the center of greens and never really giving himself good opportunities at birdie here on Sunday. Do you take any issue with the strategy Sunday from McIlroy?
Well, it was a conservative game plan. There's no question about it. Again, he felt whether it was a driver or a 3-wood, whatever he was teeing off with, in some case a driving iron where he would throw it down there about 290 yards, it would put him in position to avoid bogeys. And that was the strategy for Rory. Let's avoid any big number, any bogey, certainly not a double bogey. Let's just keep it going. We'll 2-putt for birdie here and there. But in the end, no 1-putts for Rory McIlroy. His only birdie came on a 2-putt, so the conservative game plan simply didn't work. And then at 18, when he had to drive the green, had to put it up there to give himself a chance at an eagle, did not hit a great drive and came up short of the 18th. And then the second shot missed the hole. And Rory didn't even finish second in the Open Championship. So, yeah, looking back, perhaps he should have been, well, there's no question. He should have been more aggressive, and Cam Smith was. And he stole this one with, again, Rory's putter let him down. Cam Smith's putter, again. That's the club for Cam Smith. He'll retire that putter. It'll be in a trophy case somewhere very, very special.
Cameron Customs, a win for the guys. Yes. Scotty and the crew going to be posting that Instagram picture in not too long. Cam Smith, once again, your winner here at the 150th playing of the Open Championship. Rory unable to really finish this storybook week. And it's 8 years and counting now. We have to wait till at least next April for Rory to end that drought and win what would be the career Grand Slam at the Masters. But this result on Sunday, how detrimental is it to Rory and his future in this game and trying to end that streak?
Joe, I think this will sting for a long, long time. And this one is going to linger. Going into the final round, there was a buzz. Rory McIlroy, I mean, he is... aside from Tiger, who now isn't going to play very much at all, Rory is the man in professional golf. He's the face of the professional game, certainly on the PGA Tour. And we're talking about all over the world. They love him in the UK. And again, I think they started engraving the claret jug ahead of time. And when he had that early birdie, it's like, here we go. Rory has the 2-shot lead, and he's going to win finally after 8 long years. His 5th major championship. And I heard somebody say earlier, would he trade in the chance to win 2 claret jugs for a Masters? And the thought was, sure he would. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it, especially here at St. Andrews. But he couldn't get the job done, and I do think this will sting. I mean, when a player of his caliber has something in your grasp and it slips away on the final 9 holes on a Sunday at a special place like this, this will be a hard one to forget for a long, long time. I truly believe that in my heart. And Rory McIlroy, a guy who I love to death, but I think this is going to hurt him.
Yeah, it will forever go down as a near miss here for Rory. And we thought that the hold bunker shot at 10 on Saturday would be that indelible mark in history. But yes, we now file it away with the hold bunker shot at the 72nd hole of the Masters as a beautiful moment, but nothing quite more than that. Let's offer a thought here on Cam Young as well, who quietly went about his business throughout the week and is the runner-up here at the Open Championship, with Rory falling 1 shot shy of Young as well. Made it 2 at the last. An outstanding drive, and then holes the putt to really go out with a bang here. Reserved, calm, cool, and collected throughout, despite starting with that bogey at 1 and then bookending it with a bogey at 9. A 65 here on Sunday for the young man who has appeared to be able to hang with the best in the world right now. What are your impressions of Young coming out of this week?
Well, first things first, he's right up there with Sahith Theegala and Davis Riley for the Arnold Palmer Award given to the PGA Tour Rookie of the Year. That'll be a nice race to the finish to see who wins that prestigious trophy. But again, this guy's been good all year. Earlier in the year at the Genesis Invitational out at Riviera, finished second and played fantastic. Suddenly he's kind of on the radar screen. So this guy hits it a long way, and he's the personification of the modern game. Pulls out the big stick and just launches it. And that's what we saw on display there at the 18th hole. So he found a golf course in St. Andrews that just fit his game perfectly. He drove it past and beyond all the trouble, those little pot bunkers. And I think also what we saw is a St. Andrews golf course that is not really holding up to the modern game. They had those pin locations in really tough spots. That's the only thing that kept this somewhat sane. But Cam took advantage, played fantastic. We'll remember this for probably the rest of his career, and it's going to be a great career. And I'm dying to find out who wins PGA Tour Rookie of the Year. I think he might have just inched a little bit ahead. But we have a couple of nice races, PGA Tour Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year. They're going to be fun going all the way to the end of the season.
Doug Bell, you talk about the youth movement, and we got something cooking here because, incredibly, there has never been a calendar year in the game of golf where all four majors were held by individuals younger than 30 years old. We are there now. The youth is amongst us. It's JT, Scotty, Fitz, and Smith. The youth movement, all four of our major champions this season in their 20s. We could wax poetic about the future of the game right now, but just offer a few thoughts here on what you've seen this season and our four major champions, what they offer to the game and the future of the game on the PGA Tour specifically.
Well, first things first, Joe, I think what we've seen now with the great Tiger Woods at 46, it was really an astonishing performance coming back from that horrific car accident to make the cut in the first two majors. I mean, it was phenomenal, but clearly on display at St. Andrews, he just isn't the same guy, and he's not going to win again. I think we can clearly see that physically. He's not up to the task, but what a phenomenal career that set the stage for all the young people you're talking about now. And so Tiger Woods, as he walked over the Swilcan Bridge, in essence was handing the baton to all those 20-somethings that are now carrying the game forward. And when you look back at the champions so far this season, really is a phenomenal list. And they're all different. When you look at what they do best, they're all different. And Cam Smith certainly proves that you don't have to be the longest driver or the most accurate driver as long as you can wedge it in there close and then knock it in with the putter. And that's the great thing about golf. Everybody does it a little bit differently, but I think that's the bottom line this week. The great Tiger Woods handed off the baton at where golf started and the game that he's made famous and elevated now to all these other 20-somethings, which will carry the baton further. I thought it was a pretty cool week in a lot of regards, and I think we saw it on display at the home of golf, St. Andrews.
Well, it is time now for the most perfect fit, and I will ask you to fit this moment amongst history, which I feel you did quite acutely right there, Doug Bell. But when you file this one away, this moment 600 years in the making, Cam Smith, the champion golfer of the year, how will you do that?
Well, I'm going to look back and I'll tell people Cam Smith, the guy with this unusual hairstyle, a mullet. And you have to explain to people what a mullet is, right? Because not many people have that anymore unless you're a country music fan. There's a few mullets out there still. But Cam Smith is a guy who does it his way, and he knows he has limitations on the golf course, but he knows he has the club in the bag that is better than anybody else. When all fails, it all goes back to the putter. And on display today was a phenomenal performance. And Cam Smith goes 64, 73, 64 to win the Claret Jug. It really will go down in history as one of the great clutch performances of all time, certainly at the Open Championship.
What a week it was, Doug Bell. No better way to cap it. We appreciate you for stopping by and offering your thoughts on a major season complete. And don't forget, for all the latest across tours, download, subscribe, and enjoy the First Cut Podcast. Our team taking you under the ropes, into the action each and every week on tour, including the latest from the Open Championship, where Cam Smith reigns supreme. Reaction coming on the First Cut Podcast.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.